Okay, hey there YouTube. Let's get this all set up here. So yeah. Hey there everybody. So, playing some Songs of Conquest today. I want to start playing some multiplayer of this, although I haven't had a chance to yet. I'll have to find a way to get into some multiplayer games, probably like join their Discord or maybe their forums for the game or something like that. But I also wanted to try and get good enough at this game that I could do some basic guide series. So yeah, what I wanted to do was sort of research some theory optimization matchup guides and see if those will actually end up working. And might actually do the theory guide and then play the games and see if they turn out the way I think they will. Now, I think that each of these factions sort of has different ways of playing them, and you're going to find that you're going to do different strategies based on who you are. Right now, I want to try and figure out a good way to counter Barony of Loth, so we'll play as them first. Now, the thing that's actually scary about Barony of Loth is... where'd he go? He's the guy that has the rats. It is this guy. +1 hit point to rats and plague rats. This is a really powerful ability. He's got cunning, which is not that powerful for this particular character, but what's special about the rats in this game is that you can get a stack of 100 of them, and you can upgrade that to a stack of 200 of them. 100 rats has 800 hit points to the game. That's the highest... as far as I know it, 600 hit points, that's like tied for the highest, I think, for any stack. But the 200 stack can get 1,200. Now, that by itself is not that special. What's special is that because of the way that they're scaling, the +1 hit point from this guy changes it to 700 and 1,400, sort of respectively. Whereas if I've got something like, say, dragons, a stack of 3 dragons is 600 hit points. Which is tied for those rats, but then you get that 1 hit point upgrade. It's 300. It's 603 hit points now, which is basically the same. You practically get no benefit whatsoever to getting +1 hit point. By contrast, if I get that sort of skill as well, there's a level up ability that you can get at level 8. I could give the rats +2 hit points per. That changes it to 900 hit points for a 100 stack, 1,800 for the 200 stack. And similar sort of thing happens for the damage values. So we're going to play as this and sort of see what we can do with them. Now the problem is I can't force the AI to sort of play the way that I would want them to. We're actually not going to start with this guy, but I'll show you why for this particular map. So you're not necessarily going to be playing this map against a real person. You'll probably be playing something different, in fact, but there's some interesting things that we can sort of learn from and take from this. So, the reason we're starting with this character is because we start with Tax, and I know this map doesn't have early camps that we're really going to be fighting before we get access to our second wielder. So we're not going to be losing out on any experience being given to that particular character. So one thing that I'm probably going to want to do is actually upgrade Excavation pretty quickly, but we do want to start getting Rat Warrens online, so that is going to be the consideration. If I go up here, I can get both. And if I start, like, here, oops, I can potentially get what I want there. The thing is, I have to get down here because there's an expansion. This is where wood is, and I don't need that resource that badly. I need the money so I can get the wielder, so I need to go in every which direction. I think the best way to do this is going to be go this way, grab the money from the one thing. That means that next turn we'll have enough to start a second wielder, which is just going to be in time for us to have this village here. So this is going to be a slightly wonky looking start. We're not getting a lot done this very first turn. I'm going to go ahead and get this upgraded. It's going to get us some income. I'm going to go ahead and get a Rat Warren built. So we're making a lot more money based on what I've decided to do here rather than getting an early start on other things. Because these treasures will be here. They'll wait. It's not like I have to get at them that quickly. Okay, so I've got the resources that I really want to be getting early on here. I think that actually has money in it, but I'll leave that for the second. And we're going to start working our way up this way. So we have got the ability now to get our second wielder already. And at this point in time, we do get Brother Hiller, and he is going to be the person who actually gets like the units and stuff like that, who gets in the fights and does all that sort of stuff. We'll go ahead and send him off this way first. We'll get this. +2 defense, offense, and radius. I kind of like that, but I think I'm still going to go for the gold. Alright, so over here, I do need the stonework. I probably actually want to go down here and get all this stuff as well, but it's fine. Down here, I'm just going to get the croft for that income. And I'm going to want to get more rat warrens. We want more than one. We'll pick this stuff up, actually. If I get more rats, then we can give them to Hiller. I'm going to have you head over to the Ancient Ruins, I think. The handgun prototype kind of doesn't matter here, because obviously we're not going to be sort of using it. I do want to get this up a tier, but I think in this case we go Trading Post next. The reason is going to be that I kind of just don't want to have to focus on getting more, Oh. Hey there, none of this matters. Yeah, I don't want to have to focus on getting, the resources, like, at a slow rate if I can avoid it. If I can get things done faster, I do want to. Increasing cunning to 2 for 3-round cunning is actually pretty good for us, so I think I'll take it. Yeah, how are you doing there? Alright, and then we head down this way to get access to those resources again. I'm gonna upgrade this. Getting more crofts is good, because we don't need the wood necessarily. Increase taxes. Gotta increase taxes, that's, you know. Alright, we'll upgrade that. I think I could actually go out and upgrade all these units and then fight if I want to. We're not at all concerned about like getting higher tier units in this particular playthrough. We're just getting rats, basically. Alright, tax increase. Weather has actually been really good where I am too, which is kind of nice. It was raining for a really long time. So finally sort of broke out of that. I actually like the rain though, so it's kind of a shame. Alright, rat stacks. You kind of want your rats to be in like big clumps. You don't want them to be in like these sort of smaller things. I'm doing okay. Well, you've got a couple days off. Isn't that your weekend? I think that's called a weekend. Let's see here. Gonna go with that. Yeah, doing pretty okay today. Didn't have people outside my door mowing the lawn, which is always a nice thing to have not happen. Because, yeah, lawnmowers are loud. I was kind of worried that they were like just scheduled to do that on like Wednesdays, in which case I'd have to like go to sleep earlier on Tuesdays, which I don't want to do, but... Oh yeah, okay. Is it a holiday out there for you guys? Let's see here. Hiller doesn't need a pistol. Well, I could give him this instead. Ooh, initiative. I think this is better. Okay. I think we're just about ready to get in some fights. Okay, have to be a bit careful here. Beria does hit pretty hard, and they're actually the faction I think the rat strategy is least good about. Oh, did you catch anything? I suck at fishing. I never catch anything. But, that Then again, I don't go fishing very often, so it makes sense that I wouldn't catch very often. Oh, there's the Arlean guys. Okay. Saying this is easy, but we've got very little army here. Alright. For this strat, I think we break off to the north side. Not too sure, though. I don't want to be in easy range of these guys shooting at me, so let's head up this way. That way we take reduced damage when they do. I want them to still have to run up and shoot me rather than being able to just shoot me right off the bat, but they might run up anyway here. So I think we move up here. The higher ground also provides extra damage reduction, so... This is sort of the downside of the rat strategy. You do take a lot of attrition from fighting stuff. Like, these guys are going to get absolutely mauled to death by these spears and stuff like that, but that's kind of fine. Oh, carp. Bread. Do fish eat bread? Interesting. Alright. Let's just tear through these guys here. And that'll be that. I actually like eating carp. How do you cook yours? I think the best way is that, like, sort of Chinese-style deep fried with the sweet sour sauce on it. That's my favorite way to cook carp, but it's a lot of effort, so I don't usually do that. I lost 7 rats there. It's not that bad, but not ideal. 10% damage increase, I think, is actually really good here. It's going to take me forever to actually fill my stacks, so... I don't have to get commander upgrade yet. Wouldn't mind another trading post for the better exchange rates. They'll eat anything that floats. Terrifying. Fortunately, I sink, so, you know, I won't get eaten by a carp, I guess. Okay, let's get another rat warren. I don't have enough rocks. Okay, we need to upgrade this thing. Wouldn't mind upgrading these as well, but don't have the resources for that. Okay, have we got enough stone now? Yeah, we do. Let's get another rat warren. We'll have to upgrade it. Oh shit, that's bad pathing. Alright, well. It's fine. The problem with this map specifically is that you only get the one large town. There's no large expansion town, which does change up how you play this map pretty badly. In other maps, you can sort of expect to have more upgrades and stuff like that. Like, you can get multiple sets of upgrades. Not here. Here you can only get the one. I'm kind of blowing one of my willers just on generating 500 income a turn, but that's a lot, so I don't really think that that's that bad. Brigands, Wolves, Rangers. The Rangers are actually the thing that's kind of annoying here, and I think that this is going to prove to be one of the ways that you sort of fight this. One of the things that's really dangerous about rat stacks is that if you're up against Rangers or something like that, or other ranged units, they can just sort of, like, blast away at you, and your rats take a ton of damage. I'm actually going to move back this way and see if I can pull them forward. I'm going to try and pull all these guys forward here. Go up like that. The other disadvantage I'm at is that my rats don't generate, like, any magic realistically. Alright, we can get rid of them now. The Berserk coming in clutch, basically. Kill them instantly. Now we just have to survive this and then counterattack. We lost a chunk of rats there. Yeah, all that we have, like, in the rivers around where I live is trout, and like, they're not the easiest thing to fish for, because They don't really come in large numbers. They're just sort of a small number that you have to sort of lionfish for, but I'm sure if you really were good at it, you could get them, but I'm not, so. Okay, I need stone and glimmerweave, so let's just get that from the market. It's cheaper to just buy it in bulk, because you're going to spend it later, but yeah, that's all we can afford right now. Let's grab that. Upgrade those. Okay. Four more stone. Can I afford this? Probably. Nope. Okay, not enough money for that. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Next turn we'll have enough for that as well as the 10 rats we'll get, and then we'll go try and break out of this starting zone here. So it is taking us a little while to like scale up the numbers, and I'm sort of thinking that that might be a bit of a weakness to this, but I definitely don't think that we're actually weak right now. I'm just gonna hit quick battle, see what happens. I think that this game is pretty much just a sort of more modern version of like Heroes of Might and Magic if you played those games. And I'm trying to get good enough at this to sort of play it against real people, which I wanted to do. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the ropes here. I'm doing a sort of theory build right now. Right now I think that if you're playing against the Barony of Loth, which is the faction I'm playing as right now, this rat strategy is really strong. So I'm trying to think of like good ways to sort of beat the strategy using different factions. So we're going to be playing as this faction first, figure out what rats are like. And then we're going to play as Arleon against Barony and see if we can find a good composition against it. But the problem is I can't get the AI to like build the composition that I'm building here, go the direction I'm going here, which yeah, does kind of reduce the point of this a little bit. Okay, I am going to eventually want to get more command points, but I think we still have time. But yeah, this is a good game. I think it's actually a lot of fun, so I do think that it's going to be one that people like. Oops. Might be okay. I just realized I have like no wood production, but I'm just going to buy it at the market anyway. If I need to. Alright, definitely want the experience points. So far our rats have just chewed through like everything, like no problem. It's kind of what I expected. The thing about like 57 rats or whatever is that even though each of them only does like 2 to 3 damage, that's a lot of damage when you've got that many of them. Alright, just stand a little bit outside the range. Make it so that they have to come to us, that we'll get first strike. The fast movement on these guys means that we can sort of do this. If you've got the slower unit, you can't guarantee first strikes. Get rid of their more dangerous offensive units first, which includes the larger size units. And we can one-shot any of these guys, like, no problem. This guy's gonna actually deal some damage there, but I think we only lost like 4 rats or something like that. I think part of the counter to this strategy as well is you can't divide up your stacks of units. You have to have like everything piled into one group. +1 retaliation. I don't really need that badly. I'm going to take command now. I need it eventually. Sure. I guess we're taking cultists. It's not giving me an option. Alright, just need a little bit more stone and then we can get this upgrade. I think I wait for that rather than rushing it. If I could afford it, I would start stacking a second rat stack, but Okay. This one could potentially be an interesting fight. These are all just fights against like random camps, NPC sort of things. I'm not sure if the bird things... No, the rats are faster. The rats are way faster. Initiative-wise. These birds are actually very high initiative and high movement speed, so you have to be a bit careful about them. Crawlers, on the other hand, are just garbage, so I'm not worried about those at all. Maybe we could shiv a dude? Yep. Okay. Eat a worm. Eat the worms. And then this guy will gradually sort of meander over towards us. Oh, you can reach us. I did not pay attention to that. Oh well, it's fine. Yeah, the game's balance right now is in flux pretty rapidly, though. So anything I do learn about this is going to be a little bit outdated pretty quickly, but I don't necessarily think the rat strategy is going to be too affected by this. So it's going to be probably still true that this is a really overpowered strategy against a lot of people. I think this faction is going to be the one that has the best chance of beating rat spam. I actually just want to stay there for the turn. And this guy actually wants to move back quite a bit, I think, to avoid getting shot. Probably can't move further back than there, though. These fellas, let's head them back this way. Just luring the gunners forward, making it so that they do a really suboptimal shot, and then we'll spring forward and kill everything. Okay, we'll move like that. Let that stack. Oh, those guys didn't fire. Interesting. That was smart of them. We are getting a bit more magic thanks to these guys. They're going for my cultists. That's actually kind of funny, but also doesn't really matter. Alright. Cultists are, I think, one of the weaker units in the game. Still able to shiv a gunner, though. This is a thing that I could think about. I don't really want to have these guys there, but it's best to have them available if you can. They're just random zombies that you get with this faction. They're terrible, but they're free, so you sort of get them. I'm going to try and shuttle some troops up to my other general here. I'm going to grab a couple stacks of rats here. And we're going to move up this way. Need to upgrade this, unfortunately. I kind of want the next tier upgrade, though, so I'm gonna... No, I will upgrade this, and next turn we'll buy the upgrade. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Yeah, so 4 more stone. Let's buy 5. Okay, for this one, we want the economy boosting building, because that lets us get to 200 stack rats. Which is gratuitous and unnecessary, is how I would describe that, but is also very, very powerful. This is one of those like old school turn-based sort of strategy type games that used to be pretty popular, honestly, but I think one of the reasons they sort of fell a little bit to the wayside is because we started getting like real-time strategy games that were capable of like processing properly. It used to be turn-based, I think, partly because it made it easier to run. But who knows for sure? Like, I don't know that that's necessarily true. Could be completely false. Okay. So I actually really badly need wood. So I'm just going to get a timber mill over here, even though I would like to get other things, but obviously not. Not going to happen. Okay, we get to the library. It takes 4 turns to build. There's a clockwork bird down there. That's kind of something I would want on my main. Oh, right. Let's close that, actually. Let's leave that there so I can give the experience points to the other guy. Okay, let's head back. Like that. There's a couple different things I could put here. For now, I think drop down a trading post is best. Let me get down here, collect these apples with our tax collector again. Runs can be fairly quick. I'm actually going to be doing this pretty fast because this map is so small. I should be able to finish this guy off, like this AI off, in like another maybe 15 minutes if I want to, but it's hard to say for sure. Sometimes the AI is a little bit more resilient depending on what they're doing. Also, I might screw up more, so, you know. I think that, like, a typical game for me takes, like, an hour. So, about a bit longer than a game of League of Legends, basically. I think I can auto-resolve this without it being too bad. That's pretty bad. Actually, no, this is a pretty big stack. Okay. So this is the one that I really think is... oh, no, it's not too long. It depends on the map, though. There are some really, really big maps. They could take a long time. And also certain play styles against the AI where you're just trying to, like, really explore the game. That's not what I'm doing here. So this is the ability that I think is really broken with what I'm doing here. Brutal is also really good, but +2 hit points, Rigor. Because you have so many stupid little rats, each of those guys getting +2 hit points means the stack gains, like, 1,000 extra hit points. It's disgusting. How much more powerful that is. I'll get to 5th unit, even though I don't think I'll be able to use it. I'm also talking my way through this, and that's slowing me down a little bit, though, so it might take me a little bit longer than it normally does. It probably will, honestly. Okay. But basically what we're going to be doing here is just building up this force here, and then going for a final death push. There's another place we could try to capture to make ourselves stronger. We could try to get more wielders, but there's no point in doing any of that stuff. We're just gonna get the stack ready. We're gonna go ahead and go for the kill. Yeah, I mean, League is one of those games where, like, some people just really dive into it and play tons and tons of games at once. I don't know how you do that. Like, that seems like that would be so frustrating. I play usually like 3 or 4 games in a day, and that's it for a little while there, and I play like a couple times a week, maybe at most. And I'm perfectly happy with that sort of thing. Alright, so this is our library, and the interesting thing that we can do here is get this bonus here, Rat Swarms. +30 max troop size to rats for a little bit of Ancient Amber. So if I get all of the upgrades here, it's plus 100 rats maximum per stack, which is absolutely disgusting. Let's also increase our income a bit here. There we go. I could actually honestly just do a small building rat warren here. Even though that's not optimal, it's, I think, better. The way that towns upgrade in this game is a little bit odd. It's not necessarily the most intuitive, but it works fine. Okay. I forgot to pick something up. We'll get it on the way back, maybe. But it's taking me a little bit longer than I want it to. Should I upgrade these? Probably not, actually. I don't have that resource. Okay. So this is the rally point. It lets me sort of like recruit units from my capital, or any city actually, in that place. So that's going to be kind of nice. Let's upgrade our wood production. Yeah, I've been playing Dominions actually, and that's that kind of game where you're like playing for like a long time and you're like, oh wait, I just realized I've been like doing this for 7 hours. It's like, probably not a great thing, but you know. Okay, prepared, let's get that. Oh man. The big thing about this game, in my opinion, like that slows you down is the movement speed of these guys. It can get brutal sometimes. This is pretty much maximum rat spam from Capital. Okay, there's their commander. I think they've gone for archery, which is interesting, because that's kind of what I think might be a good counter against these rats, but I don't think it necessarily actually is. It's gonna be a questionable thing. Okay, let's just go back in here and get that. Can do this. I don't need it though. I'll get it anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright. So, 150 rats just sitting waiting for us. We can now get full stacks. I don't technically need them to be this full. Oops. The reason I don't need them quite this full is because when they're like completely full, they're overkilling units that I'm fighting. So having them down a little bit for now is fine, and as the enemy scales up in power, I scale them up as well. I think that's how you go for this. I need the guy that increases like recruitment rate. That's what we need here. Okay, these two are just spammed those guys out, haven't they? Alright, those guys are going to be in for a rough time, I think. Let's, well, we're still right beside it. Let's actually just do this. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so they're there. This one's just a, like, few militia, so we just quick battle this. Yeah, they were just a scout. This is closer to a real stack. But this is clearly not like a primary army. Either that or got like killed by random camps. That's also possible. Alright, let's try and run this guy down. I don't think he's going to let me, but I think he's going to run away like a coward. I can't remember, how many rats are we actually building per turn here? Oh, I can reach him. Okay. This might be the closest I'm going to see to a real army here, but one of the things to note is that I'm getting this composition, like, pretty early on. Like, this is pretty fast build. Oh, this is not a real army. Look at all those bards. Oh, God. Okay. Pop these guys up here. We want these guys to be forced forward so that they lose their bonuses when they're attacking. Moving then firing loses you attack in this game, so forcing people to move then attack is ideal. Also, taking high ground reduces damage you take from pretty much everything, so it's a good idea to go for it. I'll move up here. This really doesn't matter this turn, honestly, but activated Berserking, which is fine. Yeah, I could show you the other game that I've sort of been playing that is a game that takes forever, but alright, devour those minstrels, devour those footmen. Now, that stack of 20 footmen, that's a full stack. So 20 of them is equivalent to 100 rats in terms of like a full-size, fully upgraded sort of unit sort of thing. And we're just one-shotting them with pretty much just, like, these are unupgraded rats, essentially. So there's nothing special about what we're doing with them. I still have, like, no magic, but, it's fine. Let's go up and eat those, militia. Which one? I'm not sure which one I because of the time delay, I'm not sure. Let's put that. Dominions maybe is what you're talking about? Dominions is this really lengthy sort of game that's a little bit Civ-like, but even like more combat focused, I'd say, than sort of a Civ type game. It's not quite a Civ type game, I guess, but it's a really weird one. It has like an unlimited number of mechanics. Alright, so our dude with all the rats is just gonna head over this way. I don't even know if I need to get the 200 size upgrade. I don't think that it's actually necessary, and I don't think that you get it in time. Yeah, Dominions. Dominions is the new game I was playing. It's not actually new, it's quite old, but yeah, it's definitely one I would not necessarily recommend. There's just too many mechanics in it, but that's kind of also what makes it interesting to play. Yeah, AI is allowed to spam these guys out way too fast. Alright, let's head on out here. Let's kill you before you take all those. This is just a pre-gen stack, basically. Auto-resolve does not like rats. That's sort of something as well that I have to keep in mind. Like, auto-resolve will just kill off a whole bunch of my rats. I should actually grab a second commander and just have them go out and get some experience points if I can. If I could get, like, to tier 6, I could get rats even faster. Because I'm kind of capped on how many I can get. Okay, well, I guess we're taking those. Yeah, I could show that to you. It's, not exactly what I would call an easy game to look at. It is kind of the opposite of that. But, just went and burned down my whatever, that's fine. I think I reach it in time. Looks like it. If you don't have any defenses, they can just take the city for free. Melee resistance is actually better in this case, I think, although I would like the one that gives me range resistance a little bit more, but this is fine. Still overkilling everything. Like, if you're killing everything in one hit, you definitely don't need to keep your stacks in, like, top size. Yeah, I need that 40% boost to stack size, or recruitment size, just to clinch this out a bit easier. Part of the reason it's taking a little bit longer right now is just because the AI keeps spamming these guys out, and I kind of have to deal with them, because killing them off is how you win the game. That's sort of how that happens. It's 20 free units, I might as well take it. They destroyed a croft, so I have to figure out where that got destroyed. Over here, it looks like. Okay. And I think I go kill these guys with our secondary. I can just keep quick battling this over and over again. I can't believe I killed 9 on auto-resolve. That's so stupid. Alright. So this is their city. As soon as I poke that, they can't really keep spamming out recruitment, although they probably can, because I think they've got their settlement as well, so... Oh well. Just dips around my guy. AI does not want to lose. It's a very poor sport that way. Well, it's quite a lot of rats, but that's fine. Stonemason. This person just has to keep taking, like, economy upgrades, otherwise they lose the ability to get the things I want them to. It's a weird system. Stonemason again. funny thing about this is, like, they will eventually wear away enough rats that, like, well, not if they're doing that, but, like, they will eventually wear away enough rats that, like, my stacks have to go home. So I do have to finish them off. I can't just keep doing this forever, keep grinding for levels. Definitely melee offense and not archery. Okay, so we'll occupy this. And they should still have their settlement down here, but what I'm going to do is this. Let's deposit him there. There we go. That way, if they try to do anything about it, and they can't. They have to fight the stack that's in there first. Okay. Yep, and that's sort of the game there. So, yeah, if we look at the unit value is one of those things in this game where, like, I'm just not recruiting any of my units, I'm leaving them in the store for a while, and then suddenly I go in and buy them all. That's kind of where these spikes come from. They've sort of been buying them more steadily because they have more welders that they're putting units into. We get into a fight around... No, I think they... Yeah, we get into a fight around here, and I crush them. But they were already losing to, like, the AI camps at this point in time. You can sort of see that downward slide. But yeah, that's pretty quick game. So I want to sort of think about it in terms of, like, what am I going to be able to use to counter that? Because I had that 100 stack of rats. The thing is, they trickle in a little bit slower than I thought, so you're not going to be able to get those 200 stacks all that easily, and you're not going to have, like, multiple stacks of, like, 200 that fast. So if you can whittle them down, that's fine, but if you've got something like plus 20 offense plus retaliation skill, your 200, if you have one stack of, like, 200 rats, those rats can chew up a lot of melee units. They can probably kill 3 units by themselves. So definitely want to go with, like, a more ranged style build, I think. I was thinking that Barony of Loth Arleon matchup would be about using the fairy units, but I'm actually starting to think that you actually want to use the archers and footman type builds. So this is the other side of the foot here. This is the one that I think we're going to build to counter Barony of Loth. Now, Barony of Loth is interesting because they've sort of got two things... Oh, shit. Okay, let's get out of this one. Quit to main menu. So Barony of Loth, I think, has sort of two ways that they tend to get played, and it's either toxicologists, which I don't think is very good, or rats. And, like, obviously you could just sort of screw around and try and have lots of different things, but I think that to a certain extent you want to specialize what you're doing there, rather than trying to sort of go all in on one or the other, or on everything. Okay, so I think that we do want to go for a range type build, so it would make sense potentially to pick Ravenfair, who's the archer chassis. We could also be talking about going pure human builds, in which case something like, say, Lady Elisa Hammond having plus 20 defense to human troops would be good. We're going to start off with, like, tax collector and troop movement, because that's just going to be what lets us sort of snowball the game a little bit earlier, faster. But yeah, I think against all those damn rats, we have to be shooting them. We can't be hitting them with melee troops. Defense is only going to be mattering if we're, like, getting hit, and they'll still one-shot us even if we have that, so it's definitely going to have to be Ravenfair. We could try to spell kill them, but, like, that doesn't work with Arleon. So we're going to do it like this. We're going to make sure they've got the rat guy, so that they definitely build rats. Although I'm not 100% sure if that actually guarantees anything. So yeah, if I was playing against Barony of Loth and I was playing as Arleon, I'd kind of want to be focusing on this sort of set of units here. The Ranger, I think, is a pretty good ranged attacker. The problem is that, like, even with the upgrades, their damage is not huge. It's pretty good. It's not huge or anything like that. But being able to sort of plunk shots from, like, say, 20 of these guys, because you get 20 rangers way faster than the Barony of Loth guy gets. Because you get 20 archers in 10 turns, and the Barony guy gets 100 rats in 20 turns. Although he could get twice as many rat-producing buildings, like, really, really easily, though, so that's the thing I have to think about. But I'd also get, like, equal stacks of footmen, so they're pretty good as well just to block them. Because you would walk up to the rats, you'd use your shield ability to get the defense bonus, and hopefully survive getting punched by rats. Their health is good, their defense is good, and if they're reducing damage by 15%, that'd be fine. So I think that's the composition. We might also get Peasant Hut for militias, even though they're garbage, and get eaten by rats really badly. But I don't think that's something we want to focus on or anything like that. We might get one of these and upgrade it so that we can upgrade any that we get to sappers, but even that, although a lot of sapper spam could just frustrate them by putting out stakes, that would never actually win, though. Alright, we're rushing tier 2. I do need to get the barracks, which is going to cost me stone and coins, so... let's do it like that. I will build a quarry this turn. Okay. So that does get us access to the barracks right away. Pretty fast. We'll probably need more than one of those. We'll probably keep them all in our capital as well this game, similar to the last one. I think that's preferable in this sort of map here. I will take this. And we'll get our second settlement next turn. Let's grab this, because it responds. Okay. So, like I said, our actual combatant is going to be Ravenfair. I kind of want to consolidate troops a little bit, so we probably will do that soon. Over here, let's get a farm. Oh, let's get a farm. Get a lumber mill. Upgrade that so we get the archers. And we do want the lumber mill here, actually. Yep, we're doing it that way. Okay. Okay, so I can grab the footmen. That came when that building spawned. Let's get the level up first. I can consolidate later. Okay, so more ranged offense, although I do need command. I'm going to take this because it's available, though. Because it might not be some turns. Alright. I should have upgraded this to a larger size settlement if I could have. I don't think I could, though. Pretty sure we didn't have the resources. Definitely do now. Okay. Take the militia, even though I don't really like them that much. And tax 3 potentially. There we go. Okay. So range 3 is when you get the new tier of like range distance, so you can get +1 range off that. It's pretty good to be able to fire from a bit further away. So I do definitely think that that's a sort of priority. Let's grab that. Okay. This doesn't matter tremendously with what we're doing here, but we'll take that anyway. Just moving everything onto our actual sort of combatant leader here. Oops. And we also want to be consolidating all of our units into Raven Fair's group here. It's probably fine this way. I'm not even sure if I want to have the bards in there. Okay, we'll do that. I think for this strat, we want to go south, which has, like, more money. Okay, I need one more stone. Okay, can I take that out with what I've got here? Because I sort of know what's there. I don't think I can. So let's just walk up here and then wait a turn. Oops. So we've already got a decent amount of troops here, pretty quickly. I think that this is enough to take out these troops here. Although we're probably going to lose a bunch of minstrels, that's fine though. The +1 range is a big deal here. Okay, these guys, we'll just sort of move them back. Move these guys so that their shield is up and so that they're taking less damage. They probably won't go for them, actually. I'll move them up here so that they might be more inclined to fire at them. Nope, going all the way back to my archers. Which is the smart move for them, but... Okay, these guys will have to reload for a little bit, so we'll try and just take them both out before they can actually do anything else here. Okay. Sword's been getting a little bit shredded here, but... I could drop Pacify on them so that they're not going to deal any damage to me. Or a lot less damage, rather. Now, I do actually think the composition I'm using here is the one I would use against Barrier, but I need the upgrade so that I've got the range resistance bonus, or the shield is up bonus, or whatever the hell. Increases their defense. I kind of don't need this, actually. I'm going to get command. Cunning is good, but I'm trying to counter rats. So it doesn't really... Well, cunning would actually be good against rats, probably. Actually, probably would have been good, actually. Now I think about it. It's fine. Okay, I would like to get these upgraded if I can. Okay, so we need to upgrade these. I want to upgrade the archers first. Then we'll head over here. Fight these guys. I probably actually can't afford to go off of more than one barracks right now. No, I should be able to. It's because I'm building infrastructure. It's because I'm building so many buildings as well. Now why the hell not? I don't care about these troubadours anyway. Let's see here. Stick like that. So I want to kill all their archers first. So it's kind of like priority there. Alright, I'm just going to move up like that, sort of zone them out for my archers as most as possible. Troubadours are getting absolutely demolished, but you know what, it's fine. Like I said, I don't kind of care if they live or not. Now, strictly speaking, I do kind of think that magic is really strong, so the fact that I'm not using magic builds in either of these cases is a bit weird, but I actually think that on a small map like this, you're not going to scale up fast enough to sort of win using that sort of magic strategy. Because you need a really high-level caster, and you need like a lot of like high-tier units, as both Barolini of Loth and for Arleon. Alright, I'm going to swing back down this way, and then we're going to head south, because I think we need the gold. Just barely scoop up everything. Although we are getting a little more off that, so it's actually not that bad. Okay. Do need to get the thing to upgrade our wood production, so... Simple axe. Okay, got an assembly of wolves here. They're probably faster than us, so I'm gonna move like this. Yeah, I've got some upgraded troops. Yeah, I know they're still faster than us. Yeah, Arleon's troops are not the fastest out there. Okay, we'll hit this one. Reduce our retaliation damage we're taking. Try and get rid of that big unit. Alright, I forgot to ignore zones of control, so just gonna run right through the doors. But you know what? Like I said, I don't care. These guys should actually be able to finish off like all of these wolves around here. No problem. Okay, well that kind of sucked, but also didn't matter too much. Alright, you know what? Cunning actually is probably the better of those options. Best of the bad option. Alright, am I gonna find free amber anytime soon? I don't think I am. It'll probably be okay, though. You get stuck behind her. That's funny. Okay. AI in this game is not super clever, unfortunately, but that's fine. Just want to see how her composition does against things. Alright, so... I want to get trounced by, like, fairy spirits on the blitz here, so we're going to move back a bit. We should be able to one-shot all their squads with our archers anyway. I cannot cast any magic this game. It's kind of upsetting, honestly. All right. Yeah, archers go like last. That's kind of interesting. All right, head up here. Hit the defense button, and we'll try and hit these guys. Actually, it's fine. Yeah, if I get a chance to, I'm going to play some multiplayer games in this, but you have to kind of arrange them with people ahead of time since there's no match made or anything like that. So doing it on stream might be a little bit tricky for me. Okay, I could get 6 rangers, but I want the experience points. Tier 2 cunning. This gives us like a bigger alpha strike with those archers, which I think is really important for this sort of strategy. Okay, I just need to potentially buy the wood out. No, I'm going to upgrade this. Okay, I'm just going to buy 1 ancient amber and then I'm going to upgrade that. This way I generate the wood faster so I can get the upgrade faster, even without buying the resources as much. Just saves me a lot of money compared to the other way I could have done it. Oh, actually I want to save that. I do want this though. Really? hoping we'd get some tax bonuses. I think we've already got Shoes of the Wanderer, haven't we? No, riding boots. +2 movement, so this is just 1 vision radius better. I think I also want to switch to this. Got another pair of riding boots, it looks like. Fantastic. Ooh, that would be nice to get. I keep saying these fights are easy, but then I, like, keep losing a couple of troops there. Okay, definitely just chop that one. Thing is, like, I think I just reduced the damage most by just shooting them. Even though they're going to come after my archers next. You can't get around this, so they block themselves off a bit. Alright, didn't lose too much. Okay, 10% damage is what I want here, actually. Just the consistent 10% I think is really good there. Alright, so I need to swing this guy, or this lady, back around down this way, but I think we continue on a little bit here. One more turn before we get that upgrade. Really good. Really nice. Have I got 5 Glimmerweave? I have. So I can get up to here and level up. +1 range. +1 range I think is going to be the better of those two options there. In this case I think we do probably want to start off with Grand Armory. The thing about the Academy is, like, I'm not as certain about the upgrades for numbers for us, because, like, getting numbers up is a lot harder for what we're doing. Although, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cancel that. I'm gonna actually get another barracks first. I'm gonna buy 1 rock so I can do it. So I think that's going to be our best sort of bet there. Oh, I should have upgraded that. I forgot. Always forgetting to do stuff like that. Okay. So down here I need the rally point. I need a lot of resources for that to work. Okay. Grab the Glimmerweave. Gonna run away with this guy a bit. But should be able to get the rally point by the time I get near here. So that's what we're gonna do. Actually, no, because I can start next turn. So I just need 1 more of each of, like, these resources. Kind of sucks, because that's, like, the most I could be spending. If it was 3-1, I could save some money by buying in bulk, but whatever. Yeah, they sort of divided their forces again. That's something the AI just really likes doing that I'm not entirely sure about being a good idea. I think I'm going to shuttle. Rather than walking. Let's do it like this. Divide those, divide those. Okay, there's a bunch of rats here, so that kind of works for what we're trying to demonstrate. Let's see if this composition does okay against it. Against this sort of thing, you don't want to be, like, forward. You want to be further back so the rats can't one-turn you. Because they can kill my squad in, like, one hit. Like, 51 of them should be enough to kill one of my squads in one hit. Alright, so the goal here is to just whittle these guys down in terms of numbers so that they don't hurt us, basically. I kind of want to stand here, I think. And I think we block them most effectively if we stand here next. Okay, I could actually just outright kill them. But you can see how much hit points they have left after we fire at them once. It's not like we're getting rid of them that fast. Our range and our deadly range, though, have been pretty good. I probably should have gone for damage, actually. The reason is that, like, they're rushing forward with their rats as fast as possible, so they're not, like, outside of our range for very long. I would have actually been better off that way. Ah, shit. Oh well. Go with that. This one's a scout stack. That's probably going to be their real stack there, the one that they started with, so I think we retreat a bit. I do need to upgrade this damn thing, though. I need 10 wood. Alright. And I'll get the upgrade, I need 5 stone. Yeah, I definitely think we just go for the quality upgrade since I'm not getting my stacks anywhere near filled, like anywhere near fast. This is considered easy. He doesn't have a full stack there. Alright, well, I'm gonna quickly replenish our troops here regardless, just in case. But that's kind of interesting. I guess it's because I'm not on like a super difficult AI or anything like that. That's probably part of what's going on here. Okay, next turn. He'll take the gold mine, and then he'll die for it. I think one of the things that the AI doesn't do is replenish their units on the fly very well. Like, I think they sort of just have their stacks, and then they go out and do stuff, and they don't replenish themselves. I think that's an AI thing. Because I make sure to get, like, the rally point, and I shuttle troops from one commander to another and stuff like that. To make sure that I'm kind of, like, always nearby to stuff I need. I think this might be in ratting range, so no, I don't think it is. They move 5, but you can upgrade it to 6, I think, and then you could also have like items and stuff like that that increase it further. You went the other direction anyway, so it's fine. Okay, so as you can see, we don't do full damage to this stack of rats because he's too far away. What I can do is hit ambush. And as soon as that rat stack moves in, he'll get shot by them and take full damage. Just gonna move up here and then do this. Ooh. Some of these are pretty good. Let's see, cunning. Okay, so we're gonna pick up some more troops and then we're gonna swoop in for the kill, I think, just to end this fairly quickly. God damn it. So many commanders. Alright, we're starting to see some stacks fill in completely here, which is pretty fast, actually. I think that canceled my other thing. It's fine. Alright. Could swing by and take this gold mine. That'd probably be good. Didn't we just kill this guy? Could have sworn we just killed this guy. I do think that, like, the AI not doing this would be beneficial for just making the game more interesting. Not because it would make it easier necessarily, or harder, or anything like that. I think it would be about as hard. But I think it'd be more interesting if the AI didn't just spam out crap and just suicide it into you. Alright, let's get the upgrades. I barely think that you can even get upgrades up in this type of game mode. You'd have to be on a bigger map for that to even matter. I don't think it's possible or viable to go for like late game strats in this particular map. This is an actual stack. This is a real army here. Okay, and all I've got is like a kind of fairly minimalist one, but it's got a lot of bonuses and general upgrades, so we can probably do a lot more damage than you would expect us to be able to based on looking at this. Okay, I don't think you can actually get there without going through a bunch of zones of control, so... This 90 stack is the more dangerous one by far. I wouldn't mind getting rid of it completely. The reason I kind of want to just finish it off is because of Berserk. It gets +1 movement and a bunch of extra damage if I don't kill it, so... You finish it off, you don't sort of like leave half-damage rat stacks, I think. That's something I need to remember more. Just getting this guy's way a bit. I can, like, really reach across the map with these archers. But yeah, I think even if he did have just 2 more stacks of rats and didn't have those other troops and they were sort of like incomplete rat stacks, like, we would have crushed that still. But they've also sort of, like, lost a ton of rats. Because, like, their other groups could have had them. Like, they could have had an extra 200 rats, basically. They weren't throwing them away in these other fights. Oh, there's this guy again. Just goes back, undoes all my hard work, wanders around in circles. It's technically, like, my fault. Like, you are supposed to just garrison the building that you take over so that it, like, can't come back that easily. But also, if he doesn't, I can just do it again, so it doesn't really help him any. This we can just auto-resolve, I imagine. And that's that game. Yeah, so you could really see, like, the one problem is that if I've got a full stack of 20 archers, it deals about half damage to a full stack of rats. And a half of a stack of rats was more than enough to completely wipe out a unit. So I have to have 2 groups of archers for every group of rats, which means I have to sort of significantly outspend my opponent to sort of get into the same position as they do. So that's kind of a concern, but at the same time, I think that it's still not necessarily a bad call, the strategy I'm going of just archers, footmen, archers, footmen. I'm wondering, like, which units I could potentially make that have higher initiative than a rat, though, can go before them. Because that might actually be important to be able to have. It might not be possible for Arleon. They might not have that kind of unit. So, Plague Rats have an initiative of 36. That determines who goes first. So, 36 is ridiculously high. It might be the highest in the game. I know Dragons used to have fairly high ones, but I think they got nerfed. Yeah, they're initiative 32, so the rats are faster, which I'm not surprised about, but like I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be. But I don't think I've got anything in this army who's as fast as rats, and I guess that's fair. Like someone had to be the fastest, and I think it's rats. But the degree to which they're faster is kind of gross. Fairy Ragers are probably my closest. They're all the way back at 31, so that's quite a bit slower. I don't think there's really any realistic way for me to get my initiative high enough. Wow, these guys have actually got really bad initiative. That's funny. Okay, interesting. So things that I'd do differently, I definitely think that I would have been better off if I chose damage upgrade at level 8. Because I think that increases the amount that I'm doing by an extra 20 plus the percentage upgrades, so I think that I would end up doing probably about another 30 points of damage. That's not a ton. That's honestly not that much. That is like, I guess, 3 rats, so... God. But yeah, I can't, the thing that I think that this works out with is that for every rat warren, he's getting 5 rats, which is sort of the equivalent of me getting like, I think that's the same cost as me getting like 2 and a bit archers, but what I'm actually getting is 2 and a bit archers, and I'm also getting the footmen. So this building produces 640 plus 600, 1,240 gold worth of units, which is quite a lot of gold to spend on that. Whereas a rat warren only gives you 500. If you've got like 2 rat warrens, it's 1,000. You have to basically get 2.5 rat warrens to equal 1 barracks in terms of production capability. So that kind of sucks for the person spamming rats, and if they're doing that, they're not getting the buildings that give them money. So I think that's how that works. Okay, so let's just see if I can find like a really random multiplayer game. I don't know if I'll be able to get it though. These are all filled. Switch to Canada. I wonder why it defaults to Europe. That's kind of interesting. The problem would be like I wouldn't be able to get a game necessarily against a rat spammer. Like that's. But if the thing about the way I'm thinking about these strategies is, if my opponent does do something different, I should still be able to beat them. The question would be like, would this beat Oathsworn spam? Because they've got 50% reduction against range. And I think it still would, just because they're such a weak unit that I think you still actually kill them pretty effectively. Just switching around servers, see where I could go. I think this must be one of those games where it's like, people in like Europe and stuff like that play it more than people in North America, which kind of actually is a lot of games I play, honestly. Here's something I'm betting. Like, actually, no, they're kind of busy right now. Maybe they aren't playing that right. Oh no, yeah, no, there's some Russians playing this. I was about to say they're kind of busy right now, but yeah, it looks like they're not too busy to play this. How about Australians? I don't think there's probably very many Australians playing this. Asians? I like how it's just Asia. That's a huge region. That's like half the world's population lives in Asia. Oh, they don't count India, though. I guess not, then. It's more like a quarter of the world's population lives in all of Asia. A third of population lives in Asia. And then apparently just South Africa. So if you're in Egypt or something like that, I guess you're SOL. Okay, well, clearly I'm not going to find a game today, just randomly. Which, yeah, I kind of expected. This game does not have, like... well, let's try. Okay, so if he's going for Arleon, let's just try out... Which map is this? Defeat thy neighbor. Because this is a longer map. This is going to take a little bit longer. Oh wait, shoot, I've got... no. Okay, well, I did this wrong. I've got the wrong commander. I wanted the tax one. Actually, no, for this map I do want this guy, because I do have random camps I have to fight. So order of operations on this map is a little bit different. Although, on the other hand, I have not started on this side before, so this could be interesting. Okay, so I'm trying to get to there to fight with him there. But where the hell is my stone stockpile? Like, the really bad one. I almost kind of wonder if you're disadvantaged for playing this side. Because it definitely feels like everything's a little bit worse placed, because in the other one you can sort of move south. Okay. One of the most important things for me is getting access to those extra units so that I can fight the random camps. Looks like there's one there. There should be one somewhere else, though. I do want to unlock these. Marjata better? I think Marjata is probably better on this map. I don't actually think that the spellcasting strategies are necessarily as good, because I think games are going to end a lot faster than people are anticipating. So I think you go for like spell damage and stuff like that, but then you've got this low-level caster getting like eaten by rats because you can't get scales fast enough. But this map is much larger than the ones I was expecting. I know this map pretty well, but like it's also a much slower map than the one I was just playing on. Okay, we take the 6 Oathbound, even though I don't really want them. Take the gold, actually. Okay, we want that, just in case I get the wrong kind of units on random pickups. And we want the timber mill. Well, I could have honestly have just gotten the other upgrade. Breakout on the hard side. Yeah, because the AI doesn't really deal well with the magic and stuff like that. It does make it a lot easier to do that sort of stuff. Rats are not good for breaking out of the knights and stuff like that. But I definitely do think that, like, if you're sort of getting rushed down by your opponent, I don't necessarily think that you have time for that to work. Though, admittedly, I don't actually know what I'm up against. Okay, there's the last of the random camps. Yeah, this side of the map is actually a lot different than the other side of the map. That's really interesting. I kind of thought that they were sort of more balanced out, but I don't think they are, actually. Oh, that's where the stone is as well, anyway, so that's good. I think I missed one. Many minstrels, many militia, medium threats. Oh, I have to do quick? That sucks. Okay, that really... That just absolutely blows. Alright, Creation Tower. Oh god. Okay, that should be enough to upgrade, which is very important because I need to have these damn rat warrens up. Yeah, personally, I think that, like, the other thing is they keep nerfing mages. Marjata works really well in previous versions where you could easily get, like, a whole ton of troops. I'm not sure if you can do the 8-turn breakout anymore because they got rid of the welder refresh spam. I am definitely doing poorly here, though, because I'm, like, not going on an optimized path because I have no idea where I'm going here, but, like, that's a different issue. Yeah, I think actually, like, the fact that it forces you to auto-resolve actually really sucks with this strategy. So that's actually something I need to keep in mind. Like, that's really important to know. Rat Warren. Upgrade our Stoneworks. And I kind of want to mark it now. Yeah, they made it so you can't do the wielder thing where you, like, recruit a bunch of wielders, drop their units into your stack, and then, like, disband them. They got rid of that completely, as far as I understand it. Which really slows that strategy down. And then they also nerfed a lot of the direct damage spells. Like, they still work really, really well, but they're, like, way, way, way weaker. A bunch of units also got magic resists, so it's a lot less viable to do that sort of strategy. A lot of people, I think, are not using the spell damage versions anymore. The way that I think that people are using it instead is the ones that have access to buff spells, because the buff spells are still really broken. But as far as, like, still being able to break out of their turn 8, it's possible. Like, for all I know, people are still doing that. Oh wow, this side of the map sucks. What the hell? I'm noticing some, like, differences between the different sides of the map, and this side of the map is just so much worse. In terms of, like, position, because this is really out of the way. Like, you want to be able to pick up all your free camps, like, on the way and be able to sort of optimize your path, but this one's got everything way more spread out than the north camp. That feels very unbalanced. I'm not entirely sure how much that actually changed things. Like, people still, I think, spam spellcasters a lot, but a lot of the things changed in terms of, like, being able to do things really, really, really fast. Because a lot of those were exploits, so. Like, I think Rana also got hit pretty hard by that, because they can't have a bunch of the dragon ranged unit things quickly like they used to be able to. I'm actually gonna not bother with that because I need to spend 3,000 on these guys. They also increased the cost of getting wielders by quite a bit. Where's the tax one? Your taxes. Death and taxes, as it were. Okay, that's kind of all we needed there. I'm just gonna head back. That's still pretty unbalanced, honestly, but yeah, the ones that were sort of, like, obviously exploity, they got rid of. The, like, really fast unit recruitment they got rid of, for example, basically. Because that's what you sort of did in the early game with these guys, or with everybody. The loop around on this side of the map is just so much worse. I need to play this side of the map. I wonder how you... I bet I know how to set it up so that I start on this side. I have to try that a couple times, because, like, I did a lot of path optimization to figure out, like, the best route for the other map, or for the north side. And I can get everything cleared out in, like, 5 turns. It's, like, way faster. But that's because I sort of know the loop. That's because I know the direction I'm supposed to be going in. Like, I would have this farmhouse and everything else, like, set up way, way faster. Ooh, that's actually a really good pickup for us. Okay. So, I'm actually going to pick up some units here, and then we'll use this as a drop-off for our rat warrens. I just need one upgraded, actually, so that we can do this. And then I probably want to get the library pretty soon. Can actually do another pickup here. I probably should just upgrade both of these. I think about it. The only thing is, like, I don't actually know what faction I'm up against. I'm pretty sure I'm up against Arleon, but I don't really know for sure. Getting through there would actually be good. Getting the passive income on the nuts would be pretty good. I'm actually just gonna not upgrade one of those. Okay, head here. I'm gonna head this way or something, I don't know. Oh, I haven't got the vision tower yet. That's where our... jeez. I should have remembered that, though. After quick battle. Unfortunate. Okay. Grab that. The one thing I kind of wish is that I wish more of the factions had reasons to reach for their top tier units still. I feel like they're still pretty weak, the top tier units. And that's kind of universal, except for Rana. I feel like the dragons are pretty good, but that's kind of about it. Which of these have I not taken with you yet? That one. Okay. I'm assuming my opponent set it up that way for the multiplayer. I think that's how he did that. Or, I think that's what's happening. Which I think just helps speed up the game quite a bit, because, like, the battles can take quite a while otherwise. But, yeah, it kind of sucks. I need to get this guy up to, like, level 8 so I can get the +2 hit points on rats thing. That just makes them really broken. I just realized that, like, the proportions of the things that are in that net are really weird. Like, people reaching their hands out or whatever. Like, where are those hands coming from, and why is it, like, the size of a person? The hand is, like, the size of an entire person there. Alright, well. What's interesting is I don't really see turn timers, but, like, it's not too bad a wait or anything like that. I'm gonna do this real quick. draft, and then we head over here. I'm going to upgrade this so that they're all upgraded now. Quick battle. I do think that this, like, the forced quick battle is actually one of the biggest nerfs to rat strategies that he could have done, which is pretty smart. Let's do this. I do want that level. There we go. I don't want magic right now. Well, if I get order magic, I can get to the point where I can use order magic to movement boost, which can be really good for us. Stonemason. Forgot to use this thing, I think, with both my people here, which is kind of funny. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, I actually wanted to be playing Arleon against Loth, but I want to see if Loth actually is dangerous when they're using rat spam. Like, I don't necessarily think that this is an uncounterable or even necessarily the best strategy, because I do think that Arleon has an answer against it, but I do think it's really tough if you don't like take it into account. One of the reasons I actually thought I should have started with her is because if I start with the tax collector, they won't necessarily know that I'm going for a rat first strategy, so I think that that actually would have helped me out a bit. So, you know, mistakes were made. Now they know I'm going for rats. Yeah, big, powerful units are like the ones that do best in auto-resolve, I find. Okay. I'm gonna go weak side for this strategy. I definitely do agree that like rats are not necessarily that good at sort of dealing with this. Still don't really need the timber mill, honestly. But next turn we'll have 10 more rats, then we'll head on our way, I guess. Got this building. Let's go ahead and get that income rolling in. I can afford to actually do this. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'll buy one set of that. And I think I might even, like, max that. So, spent a bit now, pays off later. I need to send someone up there to get more wood from that. Oh well. I do think that they should make these sparkles a little bit more vibrant, or make it even like a color change would make it more noticeable. Because a lot of these buildings, it's a little bit hard to see which ones I've activated with which person. Not super hard or anything, but a little bit hard. So, get up there. I need to get to those neutral route warrens. I should have been focusing on getting that faster. Our income's looking pretty beefy, though, considering that we're on, like, the one city. Haven't been expanding properly. We'll use that as like a guardian camp to stop people from getting... Although this feels like it's not as scary from this side, because footmen are not as good as... Even though there's a ton of things here, like, these are a lot weaker than the stuff on the other side. I don't know why that is. That seems kind of weird. Well, either way, is how it is. That be how it be. It shows them. I don't remember if it actually shows the... It still looks like it shows whether they've been activated or not the same way it did before, although I might be missing something on that. I thought it just showed you that, the same way. Oh no, it does show visited beside them. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that showed visited. Okay, quick battle because I have to. That's not too bad, actually, considering what we tore through. Okay, don't really want the cultists. Okay, head through here. These are all musketeers. I'm gonna move you back. I'm gonna move you up. Because all musketeer stack, absolutely don't want to lose my toxicologist or my to anything too stupid there. How come you're not respawned yet? Alright, get that upgrade. Get more rat warrens. Have to visit this one still. Actually, I honestly can't read fast enough for like this to be that much more help. It is still, but like, holy crap. I got the petrified tree, I guess I could still visit, but let's head over here for now. I think that's because I'm used to pressing Alt during the sort of load. Because this is when I would usually do it, because I would be like, okay, where do I go next? Because it does take a little while, even when you're against the AI. I don't press it often enough, though, either way, though. I just realized now, though, like, these things are shining when I know that I've visited them, and, like, it respawns the apples, because I'm pretty sure that there's no apples right now. During the turn thing. That's weird. Interesting. Okay, well. Good for it, I guess. Cool, cool. Don't have any stones for rats. Let's see how much we got after this. I should just take that. 18 rats isn't really enough for me to be oohing and ahhing over it anymore. Alright, now we can get this. Yeah, I'm just gonna buy it. Don't want to waste the turns waiting for our rocks to come in. And I'm debating getting another market. Because that would actually be quite strong for us. Okay, so it's 5 turns now to get, like, a full stack of rats. I might want to augment it with other unit types. Like, if I started getting toxicologists added to it, I think that would be pretty good, but veins are just so expensive. I am getting celestial ore, though. That's the reason I'm thinking about it. But I'm only getting 1 per turn, which is pretty abysmal. And I'm pretty sure we get celestial ore from the library, so we wouldn't be even getting the right resource from there. What's going on here? Did something happen? Interesting. I wonder what that little X means on under their flag when they're doing the thing. I wonder if we're losing connection. It could be, because I'm on the European server, apparently. This could be I, like, probably just politely drop out of the game for whatever's going on here. Maybe he's doing battles. That could be it. Would like if I could get out there and get that Mask of Wish. That would be good. Let's see here. Celestial ore is on this side anyway. So I think I do want to be expanding left anyhow. The Rat Warren, I think, is also in a really awkward spot on the right side, so I don't think that Loth actually benefits tremendously from going right. Oh, so slow. I need boots. I need to find some boots. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna mix in some toxicologists and banes into this build, I think. I think that's the way to go. I just have to get like a better source of celestial ore income. Because I need at least 2 per turn to just keep up on recruitment of toxicologists and banes and stuff like that. If I'm getting less than that, then I'm losing recruitment potential, or I'm spending like tons of money just getting stuff from the market, which obviously would not be ideal. That is something I wish you could change at like the library or whatever. Like you could pick a resource to toggle on or something like that, or get a different one if you're not going to build Ancient Amber. Because if I don't need Ancient Amber, I don't need Ancient Amber. I might be able to actually take these guys out if I just upgrade here. I wonder if they downgraded the right side difficulty. Because it used to be absolutely crazy ridiculous. I'm not seeing any like hyperactivity up here or anything like that, so looking like we're still pretty safe. I'm not getting like super rushed or anything like that at the very least. But I do need to get to those camps that have like rats in them before my opponent blows them up. Decent chance that he already has, honestly. It's pretty fast going down the left side as early on, and you'd sort of want to get at least to the rat warren. At least in my opinion. I kind of need to find like another person I can get to start doing tax collecting, but we're kind of getting enough money, I think, honestly. But if I could get like more celestial ore from like level ups, that would be really, really good. The sound on this town is unreal how much louder it is than... Why are there so many birds in Loth, I wonder? Or maybe those are supposed to be bats. Maybe it's rats chirping. Do rats chirp? They kinda do. That must be rats squeaking. That's probably why it's so loud, because it's a rat-infested hellhole. Alright. Well, either way, my opponent is taking his dear sweet time here. I can't really blame him, but... I tried to make my turns go quickly, honestly. We'll replenish our Oathbound a little bit. Looks like my opponent hasn't come down this side just yet. I do want to pick up that, like, 100 stack of rats, though, like I said. I'm gonna actually get a level. I'm gonna buy that right down here. This one's actually hard to get a third wielder for, although I think I might be able to get one now because I upgraded to tier 4. I thought you only got one at tier 5, but I should have checked. I actually use the second wielder mostly as pick up these things that are passive income in town. But I want them to get a little more experience points so I can get some other stuff going, so I might use them as a breakout. But I feel like they nerfed this, because this used to be like a bunch of tier 3s. It would be like 3 stacks of knights and then 3 stacks of like fairy queens or some bullshit like that, and they'd absolutely demolish like a whole ton of your stuff. So even if you like beat them, you take a whole bunch of losses unless you had like way, way, way higher tier troops. Oh, another player exited. Yeah, that is what's happening. My opponent's fighting battles. They're probably on the right side doing stuff, I'd imagine, but it's hard to tell. Could also be they lost some battles, who knows. Alright, rats should be up here. And that'll be a nice big boost, because it's like 100 stack of rats immediately. There it is. Hasn't been broken, so he hasn't been through here yet. Just tons of rats off that. But yeah, I should check to see if I can get the third one. I can actually do that. Because we are going to pick up a bunch of troops here. Okay, is one of these not upgraded? Yeah, it's not upgraded. Okay. Let's make sure we got that upgraded. This one is a bit trickier. I'm not entirely sure if I want to upgrade this, because changing it so that we have to pay Celestial Ore for them is going to be kind of painful. Can we get a third wielder, though? No, 2 out of 2. Yeah, I have to get to top tier. Which does indeed suck. That's the thing about this map, though. Like, getting more wielders is really hard on this map. You have to get, like, upgrades and extra expansions and stuff like that before you can. It's brutal. I definitely should just kill left and then go get the town. I think that's probably what I want to do here. I just kind of have to get some of the treasure, though, because I don't want my opponent to get it all, but some of this isn't that important, really. Like the Glimmerweave I want to get, obviously. But like the rocks and like a little pile of gold there and stuff like that's not super important. So I guess I could go back, kill this toxicologist, and go back to the town. I do think that from this side, it's a little bit easier to get and hold that town as well, so that's another consideration. I think actually, like, to a certain extent, rather than upgrading to Banes, it's better for me to just get like twice as many toxicologists or something like that. Sure. Yeah, so he hasn't tried coming down here at all. I'm kind of wondering what he's been fighting, honestly. Alright, you. And we'll start heading up there towards their other stuff. Yeah, if I was on another map, I would definitely have, like, closer to what you're talking about, where you have, like, a third welder to start working on the other side, but it doesn't really work super well on this map. Because this map, you're sort of stuck with one set of wielders, 2 wielders, basically no expansion for a long time. It's kind of why I don't really like this map that much. It's kind of a slower one. Which is sort of fine, but, you know, eh. I could upgrade to get a little bit of Ancient Amber here. Which I think might be good. I feel like the number of battles my opponent's gotten into, he must have lost some battle or something like that. Either that or he's just taken like every single camp in this area and I just haven't seen him on this side at all somehow. Which I don't think that can possibly be what's going on. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the slower maps, despite it being fairly small, but it is technically like the default map. It's like the normal map for some reason, but I guess they don't want players to like feel as frustrated, because very small maps, you get rushed down really quickly. Oh, my opponent's up here. Okay. I don't want to fight him right now because I have no idea what he's got with him, and I have like my army split kind of in two. So I'm gonna go this way and expand. A roar of toxicologists. Yeah, we lost 51 plague rats on that. Goddamn auto-resolve. Alright, combat training. I might want to do a troop delivery here. Pretty much replaces most of those rats that we lost, honestly. And that won't be up for a little while, I think. It probably will be actually up fairly soon. I'm gonna get 1 Ancient Amber income, at least. Just having a little coming in is I think, useful. Alright. I don't think that I see anything where he's here, so I think he's clearing stuff around this area and then going this way. So I think he's looped the long route to the center area for the expansion. I think that's what's happening. He might have expanded into here, though, already. I just don't see signs of him here. I kind of have to be careful, because if I leave my main area, it's going to be undefended if he decides to push through here. And this is a weak camp compared to what I'm used to. Honestly, I probably actually just try and get the expand and then give this guy a boost with a rally point. He would have gone down here, though, if he had this area, because this has got some pretty important infrastructure. No, this is the lumber mill. The lumber mill's down here. It's not that important, I guess. Wood's probably the least important resource in this game. It's kind of weird. That's just not that useful. Oh, well. I kind of want to see, like, can I upgrade this soon? I think I'm getting close. I think I need, like, 30 more wood. Or stone, I mean. No, 20 more. Do I need 40 or do I need 50? It's a lot either way, I guess. It's probably not worth getting right now. I just need to expand. This is definitely a map, though, where I feel like if I'd gone for a more, like, complicated magic-based strategy, I definitely could have. I definitely know that works on this map. Like, Rana going nothing but turtles here is super, super powerful, for example. Man, turns take a long-ass time in this game. I bet, like, I'm taking a long time on my turns as well. I just don't, like, perceive it as such. Forgot that one's got a penalty attached to it. Huh, he hasn't expanded here. That's interesting. I just realized I haven't gotten any risen. Slightly odd. I've got +1 damage instead of +1 hit points, which I'd prefer. Oh my god, really? I'd prefer to be getting the +1 hit points there. Or +2 hit points, rather. Okay, I'm gonna just chill on those. They'll go to the north. Are you bloody serious? I'm wondering if my opponent's been battering his head against, like, the right side expansion and just, like, dying or something like that, because he's been in more fights than I think exist on this map here. Especially if, like, I'm seeing stuff that hasn't been cleared out here. Like, it means that that stuff hasn't been fought. That means that, like, could just be my opponent is losing those fights. With auto-resolve, it is bad, though. Like, you would expect to be able to win certain fights, because you can do certain tricks and stuff like that, or you can use magic really effectively and win really disbalanced fights. But if the AI is taking the wheel, then obviously that's not happening. I guess actually this would be really hard as well if I can't use like my spells or proper positioning, because rats just run straight forward, and if they get hit by the fairy spirits, they can like get melted by those guys. So I think that that's a consideration. I think that's what's probably would happen actually if I auto-resolved into this without a really strong stack. It's kind of interesting that I think about that as a problem. Okay. I'm not getting too far away from here because I do want to get the rally point finished and then build up again. I'm actually going to send you over to this rat warren here. Actually, no, this is... Ah, shit. Okay, well... That's my turn. I should actually just be fully upgrading this as well. Even though, like, I'm still building all the buildings, I should upgrade it, like, right away. That would probably be the smart move here. I should also build another rat warren here, upgrade it, and then get this guy to upgrade all his rats. I'm going too quickly on my turns. I'm making mistakes as a result of that, because I'm not looking around everything I could be doing. I should be looking now, but like these are, for some reason, showing as full, so... how likely am I to get a tax collector? I have to look for somebody who's got learning so that they're more likely to get the tax skill. Hello. Well, that's annoying. Ooh, they've got a bigger stack than I've got there by quite a bit, so I'm actually gonna run. I think they're gonna murder me there, just because of the timing of that. Alright, well, either way, let's grab another wielder. I need somebody who's got training, if possible. I don't think anyone does, which kind of fair enough, I guess. Alright, let's, I guess recruit none of them. We're right, because I lost the settlement, right. Looks like they've upgraded that a bunch. If I get these consolidated, I will have enough military here to actually beat them. But with what I've got right now, it's actually quite risky. Let's see here. The thing is, they've actually... No, this might actually be doable. Alright, it's manual. The thing is, even if I lose this fight, a second army coming up the rear with all those other stacks of rats is actually pretty strong. So they could lose based off that. These are unupgraded knights. These are mostly all unupgraded units, except for, I think, this unit. Yeah, this is the only upgraded unit. No, sappers are also upgraded. Okay. Those guys can actually do some real damage to my rats, which I'm not super happy about. So we'll probably lose this. We'll have to resummon him a little bit later, but that's fine. We'll be able to sort of replenish the rat stacks really, really fast anyway, so... I'm wondering if he's going to run up with the knights, but... He will actually win this one, I'm pretty sure, actually. Alright, look at this. It's taking a really long time to decide what to do with this unit here. Oh, he's running away with them. It's probably smart, but... Okay, so we want to force him forward a little bit with those range units. This will let him sort of get at us a bit, but... yeah, so a couple of his range units can get this guy, but what we're going to do is make another enticing target nearby. It's kind of like equidistant. That's like going to take more damage if he gets hit. And you... that's fine. So either he can move and fire, or he can just fire from there. Do a ton of damage for this unit, yeah. But this one has to move and fire if he wants to fire. Ouch. Jeez. He must have quite a lot of range bonus. Ooh, actually no, I'm gonna be completely stuffed on this, I think. My opponent kind of got lucky, though, on the snag of this unit, though. Alright, let's move up here with the toxicologists. Might as well. But... yeah, that didn't help many. He doesn't have any magic either, so... I've got 9 destruction up, so I can actually do something with this. And I've also got like 5 order, so I can rush a rat up into this guy, kill it. Well, probably not kill, but... yeah, that's not my favorite. Okay, I think we do this. We'll lose our rat stack if I run up and hit this guy with them, but you know what? That's fine, because it'll imbue poison. So he'll have that problem. Kill all those guys off. Yeah, him using stakes, that's fine. He can't get them in enough of the good spots for that to really block me. And like, he has no damage basically this turn, so that's fine. Next turn I should have enough order to get another speed boost on one of my units again. Which would be pretty good. And I should have enough destruction to do something with it. Using all his magic to keep my Banes blinded, but there's only 3 of them, so it's not like they have any damage. Just put them up here, it doesn't matter. These guys are probably gonna get owned by militia, that's fine. I'll destroy those, sure, why not? I wouldn't have been able to reach even if that wasn't there, but it doesn't matter. They'll just kill the Banes. Oh, no, he's drunk to the rats. That's probably the smart move, honestly. Okay. At this point, we are really just trying to cause as much damage as we can before this stack gets wiped, so this is probably fine. Honestly, I'd probably do this. These guys are pretty expensive, so losing those is fine by me. Surprised he went for the rats on that shot. He should have gone for them. I guess he kills them off in one anyway. Yeah, he gets a bunch of stuff off that. That's kind of sucks, but that's fine. Should be able to get that one back pretty soon, I think. but vitally, we have got another stack, like, pretty much near here. I think they're actually going to get away, though. Like, their movement's pretty fast there. Okay. Oh yeah, like I said, when I was doing the earlier thing, I actually said that range is probably the counter to rats. And it definitely does seem to be the case, like, honestly speaking. How often... Can't revive yet, yeah. I have to wait a little bit. Part of the problem is I did touch this thing, which does give you a negative. This would be challenging. I'm gonna do it like this. But we're probably dead. Like, that's... I think we just have to sort of accept that. Especially because I don't have the, like, upgrades for my rats for this character. Yeah. Okay, and again, we want to be just outside of range, so can I actually do that? Oh, that's still in range, damn it. Alright. I don't want to be in deadly aim range, though, at the very least, so... Oh, I can't do this strategy with this character. I don't have the... shoot. Okay, I did that wrong. I don't have the order stacks, so... Oh well. Okay, we were completely stuffed. Oh well. I don't think that people actually do always go ranged. That's sort of part of it, but... The thing is, though, it takes like 3 of his stacks to sort of like take down... Or it takes 2 of his stacks to take out 1 of my rat stacks. It's just like I didn't have them consolidated, which completely sort of like caught me by the back foot, and that sort of screwed everything over. Because if I did have all of the rats in 1 stack, I would have actually won. And he's got like all of his sabers in 1 stack, so that's kind of the difference. He's probably just able to run up and kill my veins here. Like, is he not going to? Yeah, I'm surprised he can one-shot them, actually, with just 3 of those guys, but... Yeah, I probably needed to, like, consolidate the 2 stacks together and then take the town. I guess? I'm not too sure, actually, because it's just a luck thing at that point. But this is one of those games where it's like, it looks like things are going to be sort of even, but then things swing very, very quickly in one way or the other. Yeah, I forgot. I can't do the movement boost, so it doesn't matter that yeah. Okay, these guys have to reload, so I'll get up and do as much damage as I can this turn. These guys are going to be basically dead. I think that if this guy attacks them, I think he dies, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I think he'll probably try to kill them. But he might go out for this one. I don't know. He's trying to get on top of the high ground, I think, it looks like, yeah. That's probably sensible. Because if he auto moves, sometimes your characters move in through... Oh no, I think he's just doing something weird. Oh, I remember. He's getting charge bonus maximized. Yeah, that's what it is. This might actually wipe the stack if he gets that fully maximized. No, okay. Yeah, so I kind of unfortunately have to attack here, which sucks, but yeah, so these rats are dead now. Okay, I'm gonna GG out of this one, because I basically can't really recover that easily off that. Although, like, here's the thing. I do have the ability to get, like, 80 rats right away, which is pretty decent, honestly. But with these guys being dead for so much longer, I don't even know when they could recover. We're realistically not going to be able to get back in the game, so I'm just going to GG out of this one. How do I even... Is there a chat function? There we go. Okay. Okay, so I need to do something really quick here. I have to figure out if I can start bottom side of that map, because I don't actually know what's there. Oh, man. That's such a weird problem, but I just realized that they're asymmetric. Which I kind of knew before, I just didn't really think about it that hard. Okay, so here's how I think I do this. I leave there, I join, add AI. Doesn't matter which of these. Okay, let's see if that works. I think I forgot to save the, I didn't save the map, did I? Nope, defeat thy neighbor. This is the right one, okay. Yes, that is how you start Southside. Okay. Okay. So the way that I usually like doing the pattern is to grab the three sort of starting camps, but they've sort of done something different, because the way that you do this when you're starting north side is you go for the north one, you go for the south one, you loop up, and then you can get the other two because they're right next to each other, with a level up in between, so if you need to increase your capacity, you can. This one, they've put one of your camps way the frickin' hell down here, which means that if you want to get all three, you have to go all the way down here, all the way up there, all the way up there. So I don't think that's a viable strategy from south side if you're trying to do a circle of this place. You obviously only start with the one wielder, and you can't upgrade to two. I think south side on this is just nerfed. The hell? Alright, how would I do this? Okay, we have to try and figure out what the hell I'm gonna do if I end up on this map from this side again, because it is much, much, much worse. Okay. I'm gonna do that. What I should start it off with was, technically speaking, her. So I could get the tax bonus like right away there. It's also got +1 troop movement, which is nice, but I actually really like the +1 HP to rats. That just makes a huge difference. Okay, so inside a town. Oh, a town or settlement. Okay, yeah, I was just like, what's the other building that you could do that with? Oops. Oh well. Wait. Yeah, well, it's fine. Right, so presumably we just don't go for that type of strategy. We just do something completely different. Why am I Arlie on? Like, did I accidentally set the other person? I probably set the other person. So if we're doing that, if we're worried about that, I think what we might want to do is pick up the pile of stone, build a rat warren right away. I have to redo this, unfortunately. Because normally I get the eco buildings up, and that's sort of how I like to play it. But because you can get all the camps cleared with just sort of your units that you find randomly. But if you can't beat the camps that you find randomly with troops that you find randomly, then that means I have to do something different. And that means I actually just have to build the units, I think. So I go here, I pick up that. I pick up that. And then I start heading towards this. So we can build the Rat Warren now, and I can get, like, a couple sets of things. Because I can't get the stone that I need, so I still need to get the stoneworks. So we get that next. This is already feeling like a much better loop in a lot of ways. Although I have to be able to get to tier 2 before I actually upgrade, so... For that I need 5 stone. So we can upgrade off that. That means that we get upgrade in next turn. Because I don't want to fight with this character, I want to be fighting with the other one. Okay, and is that enough? No, I need tier 3 to get Wielder. That means I need 10 stone, 10 wood. Plenty of wood around, so that's fine. That part's easy enough. I do need a timber mill technically, so we'll get it. But clearly we've got enough access to those resources, so... Okay, there's another stone here, so... We'll get those. More rats. Alright, I probably don't get that right now. I'm gonna get the market first. That way in 3 turns I can have enough stone for the next upgrade so I can get the next hero, which is what we need. The problem is I haven't gotten a bunch of stuff that I should have gotten by now. From, like, resources from, like, random things, but I think that's just how you have to play this side. Which, again, garbage. So we got that, so we can use it this turn to purchase 1 rock, so we can upgrade this, so I can get another wielder, so I can finally do some of the stuff that I want to be doing. We get the rats, we get the upgrade for rats. Nope, need stone. Great. Fortunately, we do have the ability to run around the map with this guy now. Do need to get up here to get that. What we'll do is swoop over, do a troop swap. No, I need the rats. I don't need cash that badly. Okay. So I give him all of these rats. Take stonemason, that's really, really good, but it's kind of RNG, so we're not going to think about that too hard. 10% damage I'm going to take. I'm not going to do the cunning tree this time, but this is just testing to see if I can clear this all out very quickly. Alright. And I have to use auto-resolves, which kind of sucks, but... Well, we've got a lot of stone income now, but I still need more stuff. Let's keep building, just so that we're still building. Okay, so I think we've scooped up pretty much everything that we can with this character. Get the bonus there. +3 offense. Okay, I guess we can't reach that. This is labeled easy. It absolutely destroys all my friggin' rats. So that's lovely. Okay. We're gonna get that upgrade. Oh, shoot. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Okay. So, this is round 11. Normally I should have been, like, broken out on the left side by now, so... Honestly, can't say I think this is brilliant as far as pathing it goes, but I definitely think that this side is weaker, which is interesting. I didn't think that there was going to be a side difference like this, or at least not this much of one. Like, that's the weird part, is how much of a difference there is. Okay. Can move these ones to the back so they're not as vulnerable. God, you always lose so many of them on auto-resolve. Like, if you play these manually, you can actually avoid losing any troops, basically. Pretty consistently, pretty easily. But when you're stuck doing these with auto-resolve, rats are really, really weak to that. So I think I checked the game settings before I would consider doing the strategy. Because I don't think you can actually use the strategy against a real person if you're forced to auto-resolve. That's so interesting. Okay. Let's hit Alt, see if I can actually... Oh yeah, I need to do that. Okay, what do you still need to visit? Ancient ruins up here. This is definitely weaker, though. Like, the right side breakthrough is definitely weaker. Which is, again, really odd. I guess that's to make it, like, sort of more fair, because you're otherwise kind of screwed. What a weird asymmetry. Oh, I also haven't done the pools yet. I haven't done really any of these. Forgotten Sanctuary, even. Alright. Yeah, because this is actually the tougher troops, it looks like. Okay, we'll hang you around here for a little bit, although apparently I have to go do this, so playing everything a little bit. Definitely not that, not that. I don't think this was, honestly. It's a very slow map for one thing, and like the sides are so unfair. Like, that's such a weird thing. Yeah, I guess probably the lesson learned is don't play multiplayer on this map necessarily. It's not too bad. It's still interesting, but, like, it is very slow. Like, the amount of time it takes to do stuff is quite bad, but... Okay, an extra 30 rats. Gonna go ahead and split that way. These guys are considered worthy. They're usually considered, like, challenging at this point in time, or even, like, harder. Yeah. That's so weird. Okay. I kind of don't think that weaving in Toxicologist matters that much in this sort of instance, but I'm really wondering what I would round this roster out with. I almost feel like there's nothing I specifically really want here, because I don't like Scavenge Bones that much. Their special abilities are not very good in a lot of ways, and their stats are only average. Like, for an ogre-sized unit, they're actually pretty weak compared to a lot of the other ones. I wonder if they're not very expensive. Their health is okay, like, their defense is good, but their damage output with Blessed Bones is not super, super high. They're okay, though. I think I'm just comparing them to Scarred Brutes, which I think are one of the stronger of this type of unit. I think these guys actually do pretty well compared to, like, the Queen Defender type units. I'm also actually just comparing things to Chelons, and those things are ridiculous. Spectres are basically, like, kind of knights without horses. This could potentially be okay, because it gives me access to some magic and stuff like that, but what I would actually ironically really like is if I had a good unit that had 2 order pips without having to research anything too crazy. And I don't think anything that I could potentially get has 2 order. So that's interesting. I am wondering, like, is there's a better, faster way out of here that I could be doing? Like, I wonder if you could... Yeah, I don't know. I think the conclusion I'm sort of stuck with is that you just don't want to be playing off this side. Because it's just a bit slower, and being slower, it matters quite a bit. I think this treasure trove is also weaker than the north side one. Interesting. God, that sucks. Yeah, I'm absolutely convinced that if you're playing this against real people and you've got turn timers, or you've got so you can't do the manual battles, you'll lose too many troops in attrition if you're using this sort of thing. Which is actually kind of interesting. Like, look at that. We're losing so many rats. When realistically speaking, we know that we can sort of get by without losing that many, honestly. Just gonna go ahead and upgrade our income a bit. And we'll get some Ancient Amber. So I think unlike last time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the rat camp, and I'm going to immediately go back home and collect back up as many rats as I can get, and upgrade the 100 that we pick up from the camp. I think that's the way you do this. I'm not even necessarily sure if I have to be upgrading these warrens. Because you can just get, like, the unupgraded ones and then upgrade them at home. Probably underrate cultists, honestly. They're not necessarily a bad unit or anything like that. I think I underrate them. Okay. We could just do another trading post. That way I can do stuff like get Glimmerweave and Celestial Ore really, really cheap. It is a lot more, yeah. But I don't have, like, that much of a problem with money, necessarily, with this style of build. Like, other factions I played, like, you end up needing the money way, way more, but I keep getting cultists. I don't like cultists. Okay, so get, like, the 100 stack. And then I'm just going to grab these and then go home. And then we'll upgrade and then we'll go take the expansion after that. So I think that's the safer way to do what we're trying to do here. Okay, I need Celestial Ore and I can't get it naturally. We've got that finished. It's only 2,000 for 5 now, so pretty inexpensive. More of them. Okay. It's a long walk. This is kind of why I didn't want to do it last time, but I think it would have been the smart thing to do. It would have been the like necessary thing to do, honestly. If I could get some boost to movement speed, that would be like super, super strong. I should use this. That's fine. Okay, so in terms of like what we have compared to like last time, we've got about like 300 rats practically in here. So this is a much, much, much stronger stack than what we had last time. In pretty much every conceivable way. It's just like we actually stacked everything in the one group, so. Okay. We need to get this bonus. It doesn't really matter actually for this character that much. Okay. I always feel like these roads make you go a little bit faster, but I've never been sure by like how much or like to what extent. Okay. I might want to actually just buy the resources for this upgrade. So we got our other top tier, and we can get the Forum. I just have to get a little bit of Celestial Ore. Then we get Forum of the Unseen and get the rat upgrades. Did I forget to move my actual rat guy? I think I did. Well, that was smart of me. Where's my lumberyard? There it is. Okay. So, in terms of what we got here, this is just way, way, way stronger than what we had last time. In this same section. At about the same time. And we're starting to get to that point where it's just... We're losing a lot less as a result of that. I kind of want commands, but I think 3 turns of plus 25 is good enough that we take it. I said I wasn't going to take that because it's risky, but... taking it anyway. probably collect all those and just sort of like accumulate all the bonuses from them collectively. It's turn 28 this time. I think we're here like 5 turns earlier. And we were like, oh, what the hell? God. Alright, we got Rigor this time, so that's just luck. But 2 extra hit points makes a huge difference with these guys. Instead of +1 attack. Like, +1 attack's good, but it's not anywhere near as good as +2 hit points. Alright, rally point. Because if I got here just that little bit earlier, I could do this, and that's an extra like 100 rats. And that does make a difference. Like a pretty big one, in fact. Eye for Amber. That's not that great for us, but not that bad either. Yeah, so I think that there's probably some path optimization I can do here. I think it might be worthwhile learning how to do a breakthrough on this side early, because footmen are just so much weaker than knights compared to what you see on the north side breakout, where it's like knights and fairy queens. Unless they change that. I'm gonna actually do a quick check here, because I do have to actually head out pretty soon, but it's basically 5 o'clock. But yeah, this one we'll just start game. We'll just check right away what's on that side, because if it's not footmen and it's not like just basic stuff like that, tier 1, like tier 2 units and stuff like that, you could probably break through to the right on the south early, which is a huge advantage. This is still Hornwinds and Knights. So the south side does have an advantage. It's they can break out this side easier, and there's better resources for cheaper on the right side. That's interesting. So I think the strategy for if you're starting on that side has to be early breakout for the early expansion, without focusing quite as much on the fact that you're going to be like bottled in here just a little bit longer. Because like when I'm on top side, I break out this side pretty quickly early, and it lets me get a lot of good resources pretty quickly. Okay, I didn't think this would be more about like looking at the map, but yeah, honestly, what I think you should play are probably not ones like this one. You should be playing stuff like I think that Value Low is good for 2 players. I think Plateau is kind of okay if you want a longer game. This one is just chaos. Get Out, I think, is pretty good for multiplayer. Feud Island, I think, is really good for a very, very fast multiplayer. Early Bird, I think, is good for multiplayer. Duel. This one's actually really big. I'm not sure why they call it a fast map. I think it's because it's open. I've never tried this one. I don't have any idea what's going on there. For some reason, I see a lot of people playing 4 corners, even though it's like a big 4-player map. I think I've seen people doing 2v2 on that one quite a bit. Not too sure why, but I've seen that. But yeah, I think what you want to be doing is playing stuff like Early Bird or Feud Island or Valley Low against other people. I think those are the sort of multiplayer maps. Defeat Thy Neighbor is just so wonky. But I'll keep that in mind. But in any event, though, this was a kind of fun stream. I'm going to try and play some actual more maps, try and figure out more about them, because I didn't realize how different the sides could be. But yeah, that's good to know. In any event, hope you found this episode enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.